So first off, welcome back.
Yeah, thank you.
It's been, 5 months now since April.
Yep.
What still sticks out to you from the debut and what came after?
Yeah, I tell people, obviously I get asked a lot, how did it feel? And it's still, even when I think about it, now I can reflect on it a little bit more. When it first happened, I didn't really reflect on it. I was like, in my head, I was like, well, we got to play the Clippers tomorrow. So, I have no time to think about this. Even after we played the Clippers game, my immediate thought went to, well, we got to get ready for next season. Let's, get into training camp with somebody. And, so, I never had time to just, just breathe and just look back and enjoy it. And it's funny because that's what, Kobe Carl was telling me to do the whole time. He was like, hey, man, enjoy it, what you just did. Now, the whirlwind after that, yeah, that was a shock. Yeah.
During that whirlwind, or even this summer, was there somebody that reached out to you that kind of took you by surprise, or somebody that you didn't know that reached out?
You know what? I did hear from some people, but the thing about me, I don't have any social media outside of a shared Facebook account. My wife and I, we share a Facebook page. But that's all we have. So, had I had, Twitter, Instagram, or anything like that, I'm sure I would have been in contact with even more people that I wouldn't expect it to hear from. But I did hear from some people. UMBC head basketball coach, they took out UVA in the tournament this past year, 16 versus 1. Their head coach, Ryan Odom, he texted me. I thought that was pretty cool. Funny story. I went to American University. He used to be a coach at American University before I got there. So I knew of him, but to hear from him was probably the most surprising one I had. I had a few texts from numbers I didn't realize or know, so maybe somebody else even more surprising.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. A lot of people talk about the 10 years in the G League. To you, maybe what was a lesson beyond just the hard work to you that when that came, not only when you got the call-up, but the way you performed in the games? If you think personally, hey, that taught me something about myself.
Yeah, no, that part of it I did enjoy and take a bit of, I don't know, pride is the word, but was just happy to see that you always tell yourself you could do well in those moments, in those situations. That's why we play in this league. The reason we're playing here is because we all feel like we can play in the NBA and add value to teams, and so to do that and perform that way meant a lot to me for that reason. I mean, during the time, performing that way meant the most because so many people were pulling for me. It wasn't one of those things where, finally they gave me a shot, I'm going to destroy it. It wasn't like that. It was more so, man, this is cool, and everybody wants me to do well. So, I hope it, for myself, obviously, but for everyone that's pulling for me as well.
So you could have rode off into the sunset, right? You probably could have played overseas if you wanted to. What was the motivation for you to say, you know what, I'm going to come back, and if I have to do this all over again to get that shot again, I'm going to do it?
Yeah, I mean, part of it was like I said in some of the interviews after the game, this is a grind, but it's a joy for me. I enjoy, playing in this league. I enjoy, striving to make to the NBA again. It's a joy. And so that's why I came back. I had no intentions of riding off in the sunset. Like I said, my first thought after the Rockets game was we got to play the Clippers. My first thought after the Clippers game was, well, how do we make it into training camp with someone next year? That was the thought. It was never it never entered my mind that that was it or that was going to be the last season I played, even with that storybook ending or what have you. But no, I feel like I got a lot left and just want to, see what I got actually and see how this season goes. I'm excited for this season. Yeah.
For those that are wondering, hey, did Andre Ingram get a shot to go to a training camp or a summer league invite with the team? Was there an opportunity that you could have taken?
No, I didn't turn down any offers. I can tell you that for sure. No, summer league, I was more so told that, hey, we know your game. We don't need to see you play summer league. And as far as training camp, just – we're close with a couple teams, but at the end of the day, no one pulled the trigger, which is, fine. So that just directed me in what I was going to do this season. Well, I'm coming back to the G League and, and preferably with this team, South Bay. And, we ourselves, even our G League season, I mean, we left some things on the table as well. We were conference finals team last year, and so It didn't feel good getting knocked out there, but at the time it kind of worked out for me. If we had made the finals, don't know if last year happens like it did. So, but no, to that point, that was a motivating factor for me as soon as we didn't get a training camp invite that, hey, there was some unfinished business here last year. So, that was kind of my thought coming in.
How do you feel with people that don't maybe understand that portion of it? Because, just because it's not the NBA, it's a G League, people maybe don't understand the wins and losses and getting a championship. But I guess what would it mean to you to play this year and to win a championship with South Bay?
Yeah, so I've been to, 4 G League finals? I haven't won any of them yet. Maybe it's 3. 3 I know for sure. But yeah, I haven't won a G League championship yet. Championship is a championship, no matter what league you're playing in, and to have so much and put so much time into this league and to to play as long as I have, that would mean a lot. Last year was great, to make that impact and to have that game in the NBA, but a G League championship would be remarkable for me in my career, to be honest with you. Our head coach talks about it all the time. We have a group that, we get very intimate with each other and kind of let each other know what our goals are. We're honest, and that's one of the major goals for all of us. We found out a lot of us haven't won a championship in anything, and so that's a motivating factor as well. This means something, like you say, no one pays attention to the G League as much as they would the NBA, but the guys working here, it means something for us, So that would be excellent to win a G League championship.
What's one of the personal goals you have for yourself this year?
Individually, I don't have I want to do this. Had last year not happened, I don't know, maybe it would be, hey, get another call up immediately, But honestly, my goals this year are, it's those cliche things. How can I be better than I was yesterday type thing? How can I be better than last season? Can this season go as well as last season? Can it be better? We want it to be better. And that was my thought coming in. As great as last year ended, there's room for growth, room to play better throughout the season. Even some of the coaches have communicated that to me, that they would hope for me a better season than last season. Just, playing in G League wise, not even talking about the NBA thing. But, that's my goal, and, it's everyone's goal to be better than you were last year, but to just kind of improve upon the things that you've been working on.
To the people that take a lot of inspiration from your story now that have obviously gotten more aware of it, is that something that you would tell them, just that consistency of saying, hey, coming to work each day, trying to get better each day?
Yeah, even this year we've got some, we got a great coach mentoring us in the way of thinking outside the box and, not attaching your success or attaching what you do well and not to outcome. Trying not to think about the outcome too much. Try to think about the process and what you're doing and how you're getting to where you're going to go. For anyone I could give advice to, for Andre Ingram, his success is not attached to the NBA. Successful for me, successful for anyone, is making the most out of each day. If you make the most out of each day, what else are you going to do? Your best is, for whatever you give, your best is good enough. If you give your best, I don't know where you're going to end up, but you'll be able to live with yourself a lot more than had you not.